Hello everyone. In our last tutorial we have studied about data types. In this tutorial we will learn about the variables and what are the scope of variables. So first of all the question arises, what are variables or why we actually need a variable. So variables are nothing but the fields that are used to store data such as a value, a string, a character value, etc. As we have seen in data type, I have taken a byte A and stored a value 100 to it. That means A was our variable. Similarly, we have taken many variables with different data types. So now the next question is, what is the scope of a variable? In a general perspective, just remember it like this. Everything has a lifespan. If you are born, you will die. If you have purchased something, it will turn out. Similarly, if you declared a variable, it will be having its lifetime and a scope that it will exist from this space to this space. So what is the scope of variable? Scope of any variable can be defined within a block it is declared. So let's take another example and learn it in an easy way. As my exams are coming on, so my dad asked me one day, how much scope do you think you have that you will get at least passing marks in the board exam? I can bet on this that it is the one question that every student must be facing during the exams. So similarly, it happens to me. It kept me on thinking that what should be the answer for this. Then I got the result that it is directly proportional to the time I spent time with my books. So the longer I stayed with my books, I will get a better result. Similarly, the scope of variable is limited within the blocks in which it is declared. So let's take an example first. So what I have done here is I have taken a variable and assigned it a value. So what is the scope of this variable? As I have told you, the scope of variable is within the blocks. So where is the block? The starting of the bracket and the ending of the bracket is the scope of that variable. See, scope of byte var is within whole main method. Why? Because it has been defined at the starting of the main method just after the brackets, and it will remain till the end of the main method. Let's put another block. For creating another block, you just had to put the brackets. Let's use the byte again. Give it a value 125 semicolon. See, it has not given me any error. Okay, so let's print out the value. See, we have got a value of 125. As I have told you, the scope of any variable lies between these brackets. So let's create a bracket first. Take another variable a, give it a value, let it be 25. Let's print the value of a. See, we have got the value of a over here. But what will happen if I will copy paste the same line over here? It will give me an error. What's the error? A cannot be resolved to a variable. Why? Because scope of a is between these brackets. As we have declared the variable within the brackets, so it can only be used within these brackets. It has a scope of these brackets only. See, but what will happen if I try to print the byte variable over here? It will not give me an error. It will print the output. It has given me an exception error because we have an error at line number 16. But if you comment this line and again execute the command, you will get an output of value of variable is 100 and value of a is 25 as it was printed within the block. The one thing you should remember is the scope of variable will be within the blocks and the lifetime of the variable will be the place where it is been used. As I have told you earlier, byte var cannot be defined again over here. Let's try to byte var is equal to 2. It will give an error. Byte var cannot be redefined. Byte var cannot be redefined because it will throw an error that duplicate local variable. But what about int? Can it be redefined after this block of code? Yes, it can be redefined after this block of code. Let's redefine it. Int a is equal to 50. See, we have not got any error. You can try to print the statement. We have our statement over here. Let's execute again and see the output. See, value of a within the block is 25. That means within this brackets we have declared the value of a as 25 and we have printed the value of a as 25. Outside that bracket we have again declared a and assigned a value of 50 to it, and we have got output of 50, and the variable var has a scope within main method. It can be printed anywhere within the main method. So these are the basic things you have to remember while declaring any variable or while using any variables. In our next tutorial we will learn about operators.